Hello everyone, it's been a little while, but I finally finished the Brotherhood of Steel base at the Boston airport. I've made a couple of progress videos on this one, but this will be like a quick tour of the whole area, just a breezy tour of this whole place. If you want to see more detailed versions of the upper levels that I've already shown, the links to those videos will be at the end of this one. Can I help you with something? I mean, you're just staring at me this whole time. If you haven't seen my other videos on this place, I basically built it as another Brotherhood base in the game. Like, nothing too crazy except for the airplane on top. But everything else, I try to keep it in line with what the Brotherhood would actually have in here. Now, the problem that I was running into with this build is how laggy it is. And I really didn't think that I was building that much. I mean, I built bigger builds than this that were not this laggy. So I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's the settlers, you know, because I wanted to have guards, which I'm kind of surprised that this guy is still standing here. So good job, dude. I was going to put consoles over here as all kinds of equipment and maybe some vehicles or whatever, but I didn't want to lag even more. So all of this is a little bit more barren than I would have hoped for. But what are you going to do? You know, you're just going to make a video on it and bitch about it for everyone who doesn't really care. That's what I'm going to do. So down here is the market that is sort of open to the public, sort of. But I added in all of these animation markers. As soon as you place them down, they disappear. But the settlers are supposed to use them when they go idle, which I thought would be really cool and add a lot more life to this build, since I really couldn't, you know, clutter it up and add as much detail as I usually do. But no, they don't use them. They still just stand there, staring at the wall. I tried a few different things, and my buddy High Rise tried to help me do it in the creation kit. But here we are. So we have a couple of shops. We got the armorer right here. That's a weird word. The gun shop right next to it, and they're actually sharing a room. So I did have a wall separating them, but there was just not enough space. So I knocked out the wall, and now they're just sharing this big open room, which I think looks pretty cool. Like, I feel like this would be something that you would see in the game. Maybe it's not as much clutter, but, you know, the whole idea of it anyway. Across from them is actually the jail cell, which is kind of weird, you know, but a lot of you asked for there to be some sort of jail in here, and this is really the only spot that I had for it. And I thought it was, again, kind of weird to have this right there in, like, the market, but I don't know, it kind of works. It kind of feels like, you know, they're just, like, on display for their crimes. It's kind of humiliating. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Does it fit in right there, or is it too weird? I'm not going to change it or anything, so don't get the wrong idea, but I'm just curious to know what you guys think. So over here is the general oh my god, look at this. This defines how the build went for me right here. Just a good idea, a solid plan, but the execution wasn't quite right. But this is the general trader, and it might seem like I just threw a bunch of stuff in here, which I kind of did, but there was some order to it. It's kind of like a mini Costco of the wasteland, you know, just a hodgepodge of things that you might I can't look at you, okay. But yeah, just a random assortment of stuff, which is a basic general trader anyway. Across the way is the clinic. Now, I actually gave someone a lab coat and assigned them to this spot, but now this person's here. I can't. Normally, I would just cut all this stuff out and, like, fix it, you know, try to go find the person and get them here. But, you know, I'm keeping this video raw. This is what we have to deal with as Fallout 4 builders. So the place looks great, you know, it looks nice. I'm really pleased with the way that this came out. And clipboard lady, you know, thank you for being here, though. Thank you for at least having somebody here. I appreciate you. I promise I'm not going to be shitting all over this build this entire video, you know. You know, actually I will. It's been 4 years of me just showboating, like, oh, look at this build. Look at this. Look at me. Look how good I am. No, let's change it up a little bit, okay? Look how shitty this shelf is. It's just boxes, the same 2 boxes over and over, and a suitcase. Why would the Brotherhood put a suitcase on the shelf next to the power armor? Makes no sense. And did I even bother to decorate out here? Took me 2 months to do this, and I had the balls to blame it on the lag. I should have known that this would have been laggy. I've been doing this for 4 years. And what? This is supposed to be the bar? Really? Okay, actually, I really like the bar. So I do like the bar. So let's do this over again. And so over here's the bar. I think it came out pretty well, especially for the Brotherhood build. You know, it's not too much going on, but just enough to look interesting. Like, I love having these little tables in the corner for, like, poker. I got one on this side too, and I think they came out pretty well. This is exactly what I was picturing with this.
I order you to stand down and tell me what you're doing here immediately.
What, bitch, I built this place. But I think what really helps with this to make it not look too over the top. What is this guy doing? Okay, this defines me and this build. Just defeated. I'm going to sit behind the bar.
I order you to stand down.
Bitch, I built this place. Leave me alone. But to help this area not look too over the top, I kept all of the clutter and the shelves and all that to just the inside of the bar and not the outside. So it's more condensed to one area. Jesus Christ, I'm leaving, okay? Fine. So upstairs is off limits to the public. This is where the barracks are, the research and development, and the armory. So out here, I'm really sorry for this lag. It's pretty bad for me, so I can only imagine how it's going to look in the video. So I'm sorry if it's hard to follow. And that's why, like, out here, I wanted to pack it full of stuff, but I couldn't. Now, I will say that the research and development area, this part, the library, this is on par with how I wanted to decorate everything else. And, I mean, everything else is not too bad, but this is like the level of decorating and decor that I really wanted to do all over this build. It's definitely one of my favorite areas because it came out exactly how I pictured it. Across the way are the barracks, which also I'm pretty pleased with the way that these came out because they all kind of have their own, I guess, personality to them. I kind of mentioned this in the last video about these, but like each one has some sort of poster or footlocker is a little bit different or something just to add a little bit more character so it's not just like the same bed copied and pasted over and over again. Now I use 3 mods when it comes to decorating. It's the Kuro tab, Creative Clutter, and Workshop Decorations pack. That's where I get all these like little footlockers, these posters and things like that. They make it really easy to decorate, but also makes it look really cool so it's not just the same thing that you're using over and over. And in here are the showers. I felt like these were needed, so I kind of used what I could and built what I could. I think that they came out alright, not too bad. And across the way from the showers is the armory. And this is, same thing kind of goes for this one. I wanted to pack it out. I wanted to have so much stuff in here. But I didn't because these take up a lot of space. And another thing that I noticed about the Brotherhood builds, I've never really done one of these before, by the way. This is my first real Brotherhood build. But I looked at the Pridwin and the airport when the Brotherhood takes it over. Basically, all of the Bethesda-built Brotherhood bases, and all of them are pretty barren. They look sort of like this. They just have a little bit more debris and broken down stuff. And I think that's why I struggle with these kind of builds, because I like to go very scrappy and cluttered. But over here we have a couple of bathrooms. We have the men's room here, pretty basic, and then across from this is the women's room. I never know what to say about bathrooms. Here's the bathroom. It's here. I didn't forget it. Is really why I'm pointing these out to you. And right beside the bathrooms is the restricted area. This is the control center, so like all the higher up ranking officers come in here, keep tabs on what's going on out there in the wasteland, to form strategies, and also do research and development on all of the enemies that they've encountered to find their weaknesses. So that's why they have all these like terminals and all this stuff. I used the Enclave settlement mod. I can't remember the name of it, but the link will be in the description. But that's where I got like all these pieces, and I know they don't really match with the rest of the like subway build that I did, but I had to use them. I thought they looked so cool, and they really fit with like the idea I had for this room. So it's kind of out of place, but I still like it. And the last thing that I want to show you is up here on the 3rd floor, the top of the roof, where the helipad is, which is probably another reason why it's so laggy, because of this big-ass vertibird. But, what are you going to do? It looks cool. But the same thing goes up here. I wanted to pack it full of more stuff and have more guards and things like that, but at least one guy is still hanging out up here.
This area is off limits.
Yeah, okay, you know what? But this is the player home. I built it out of an airplane, and that was like the most fun because, yeah, it's off limits. I know, because I gotta leave. Whatever, shut up. But this is the player home, and it's the first thing that I built when I started this build, and I spent the most time building this because I'm selfish and I wanted to have a really cool spot. But I made a whole video on this explaining how I flattened out and secured the airplane to where you can actually build in it. So I will have a link to that in the description. This is just like a quick walkthrough to show you what it looks like. Now, I've made a lot of player homes in my day over the course of these 4 years that I've been building in Fallout. And I think that this is one of the better ones, if not the best one that I have done, just because of stuff like this desk with all that clutter and everything all around it. And it's not me like tooting my own horn, even though I kind of am. It's more so this is like the culmination of all the techniques that I've learned from collaborating with people or some of the videos that you guys have sent me. So like each area reminds me of a technique that I learned from someone that I really admire or a video that I saw that I really liked. And that's why I think this is one of my better player home builds. And not to mention the view. You know me, I like my views, I like being over water, and this is just like, this checks off all the boxes. I really love it up here. But that's pretty much it for me. Whoa, look at the screen tear. Are you serious? I have not seen that since the Vault VII build. If you guys have been following me for a while, you remember me complaining for months about this screen tear issue. Well, I did not think that I built that much in here that would cause the screen tear, but I guess so. But that's it for me. I really hope you guys enjoyed suffering through this with me. It's been fun. Now, I don't really have an idea for a new build, so if there's something that you've been wanting me to do, let me know in the comments. I always love getting suggestions from you guys. And if I go with your idea, I'll give you a shout out in that video. So let me know. But thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you guys soon.